Hey families, welcome back to the lab on this brand new year. Happy New Year! We're so excited that you're joining us today because it is a new year full of tons of new things, just like our new online groups happening next week. If you're wanting to sign up for that, make sure you check this QR code right over here. Kids, we want you to have connection with some people that you know. And so make sure you go and talk to your mom and dad, be like, Mom, Dad, please, I want to know that, I want to do that. And if you're a parent here, we would love for your kid to get connected with some other kids their age, as well as an adult who cares personally about them. So if you want that, again, scan that QR code or check the link in our description for all the information. That's all for the announcements. So without further ado, let's go check in on our video.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the lab. My name is Jay, and guess what? It's a new year. Happy New Year! That's right, it's a new year full of so many new things, like new friends, new experiences, and even a brand new theme. This month, we're gonna set ourselves up right by learning some rules for life. Play well, finish strong. Now, you may think of rules and think of something like this. Hear me, hear me. I have made a list of things that must be followed. Rule 1. Everyone must cut one hole in their sock. As so. As so. Shoot. As so. Cut! As so. Like this.
That was the perfect form.
As so. Rule 2. No one may speak unless I allow it.
Queen Jen.
Quiet in my kingdom!
One eternity later.
Finally, rule 50 bajillion trillion, mandatory dancing at lunchtime. So I have said it, so it shall be. Oh no. But rules are actually about what is expected of us. They show us how to live well and what we're responsible to do. That's why this month we're teaching you about responsibility, showing you can be trusted with what is expected of you. We can't control what 2021 will look like, but if we follow these rules for life, we can make sure that we're living the best life that God has planned for us. It's even built into this month's verse. Why don't you all say it with me? And adults, show them how it's done and read it extra loud. Suppose you can be trusted with something very little, then you can also be trusted with something very large. Luke 16:10a. Well, today we're talking about the most important thing that God has told us to be responsible for. You might already know it, but either way, let's see if you can find this week's rule for life.
Hey guys.
Hello, Kellen. What are we talking about today?
Well, today we're talking about responsibility. Really, our most important responsibility. What Jesus called the greatest commandment. Some of you may know that the Bible contains hundreds of laws or commandments from God. Well, a couple thousand years ago, someone asked Jesus which of God's commandments was the most important. And this is what Jesus said. Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul. Love him with all your mind. This is the first and most important commandment. Pretty simple? Or is it? How do you love God with all your heart, soul, and mind?
Praying a lot?
Reading my Bible,
Going to church?
singing.
All good ways to show God that you love him. And Jesus gave us another way. Jesus said this is the first and most important commandment. And the second, he said, is like it. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. Everything that is written in the law is based on those two commandments. So, how do you love your neighbor? Let's find out on
Love thy neighbor!
Let's meet your neighbors. Now, a neighbor doesn't have to be someone who lives in your neighborhood. It can be someone you meet anywhere. Got it?
Got it.
Then let's love that neighbor. Question number 1. Brandon, how do you love your neighbor if they invite you to a party at their house?
First of all, it's Steven. But I can bring snacks or sodas to the party.
John, how do you love your neighbor if they give you a gift?
Send a thank you note.
Oh, good one. Yeah, I like that. Oh, thank you.
Brandon, How do you love your neighbor if they shovel snow from your driveway?
Okay, once again, Steven. I'm Steven. And I would shovel their driveway next time.
Oh,
Kellen.
Wow, that's amazing.
John, how do you love your neighbor if they spend all night playing bagpipes in the apartment above you?
I don't love my neighbor at all. That's annoying.
Agreed. Yes, very annoying.
Brandon, how do you love your neighbor if they keep forgetting your name?
Funny you should say that because, once again, third time, my name's Steven Kellen. We have met many a time, and I would say I'd probably get angry.
Yeah. Kellen?
John, how do you love your neighbor when they lose the comic book you let them borrow?
Whew. Well, I don't lend them another comic, that's for sure. No way.
How do you love your neighbor when they break a promise to you?
Well, you know, I would insult them on social media.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Always.
John, how do you love your neighbor when they take that last piece of pizza?
What kind of monster would...
Are you kidding me?
And that is the end of the speed round. Brandon, one final question. Do you love your neighbor?
I mean, it was great that they shoveled the snow from my driveway and all, but they also forgot my name many times. So, no, I'm sorry, neighbor. I do not love you.
John, same question. Do you love your neighbor?
No way. Play your bagpipes somewhere else, neighbor.
Annoying.
You did not love your neighbor. You lost.
What? Okay, well, what would the prize have been if we would have won?
$1 million.
What? Oh, no.
Let's meet your neighbors.
Hey, how's it going? Huh. What's up? It's an attractive dude.
Jesus did say, love your neighbor as you love yourself. You see, sometimes when it comes to loving people, it helps to put yourself in their shoes.
Oh, yeah, I get it. So I think I know why you took the last piece of pizza. Because if you're anything like me, you get hungry all the time.
He does.
And I like pizza a lot. Oh, that's great, isn't it? Yeah, I'm actually getting hungry right now. Hey, you're not a monster. And I love you, neighbor. I love you.
That was touching. And you know, I don't like it when somebody breaks promises, but if I'm honest, I mean, let's be honest. I can let people down sometimes too. And I want others to forgive me, so therefore, ipso facto, I love you, neighbor. Right back at you, Brian. It's Steven. Steven. That's what I said, right?
Great job, guys. You love your neighbors.
Awesome. Now, where are we at on that $1 million?
Jesus said the most important thing we should do is love God. And the second most important thing to do is to love our neighbors. It's not always easy, but remember, our neighbors are people who make mistakes just like we do. They're people who are forgiven by God just like we are. And it's our responsibility to love them the way that we want to be loved.
Thanks, neighbor.
Yeah. See you, John and Brian.
Yeah, that's weird. Back to you guys.
It's a good game.
Yeah, and we learned something too.
Yeah. Loving God and loving others aren't just suggestions. We're actually expected to love. It's one of our rules for life.
We should keep track of those rules somehow.
Oh, my friend, I am way ahead of you. Our number one rule for life is love God, love others.
You know what? I'm not going to procrastinate on that one. I'm starting right away. Love you, John.
Oh, I love you too, Brian.
It's Steven.
Jesus gave us something important to do. Jesus said the most important commandment was to love God with all your heart, soul, and mind. Then he said we should also love our neighbor like how we love ourselves. That means this week's rule for life is love God, love others. So simple, but so important. And Jesus was the perfect example by loving God and loving us with everything that he had. He put himself to death on the cross for us and showed us what it looks like to put someone else's needs above our own. So how do we love God and others? That's an excellent question. Why don't you ask someone around you? How can you love God and how can you love others? love others by treating them how we want to be treated, by giving our sibling the last cookie, or letting them choose the game we want to play. We love others by choosing kind words and speaking carefully when we're angry. And you know what? When we do those things, we also love God. We should read our Bible and sing songs about Him and spend time listening to what He has to say to us. But we should also love Him by obeying His words and loving the people around us. That's why this rule is love God, love others. And don't you forget that rule. Well, that's all for me this week. Make sure you grab your mom, dad, step-parent, or another trusted adult and talk about these discussion questions to lock into your head this rule for life. After that, it's going to be some time to worship, so have so much fun. That's all for us. We'll see you next time.
You never turn away, you never leave my side. And every time I call your name out just to find that you're already right here with me, never been alone. I can trust you with my heart, 'cause this I know. You are always faithful, you love me from the start. No matter what I'm facing, I will trust you with my heart. You are more than able to lead me through the dark. Your love is never failing, I will trust you with my heart. Whoa, I will trust you with my heart. There are days when I feel I need a friend, and then I hear your voice reminding me again that you're already right here with me, never been alone. I can trust you with my heart, 'cause this I know. You are always faithful, you love me from the start. No matter what I'm facing, I will trust you with my heart. You are more than able to lead me through the dark. Your love is never failing, I will trust you with my heart. Whoa, I will trust you with my heart. No matter what may come, no matter what I go through, God, you are never gonna fail me, I will trust you with my heart. No matter what may come, no matter what I go through, God, you are never gonna fail me, I will trust you with my heart. You are always faithful, you love me from the start. No matter what I'm facing, I will trust you with my heart. You are more than able to lead me through the dark. Your love is never failing, I will trust you with my heart. Whoa, I will trust you with my heart. Whoa, I will trust you with my heart. Whoa, I will trust you with my heart.